Hello everyone! It's time for another EU News Update, and we have a whole lot to go over today. As always, for any merchandise that I mention in this video, there will be links in the description if you want to either buy or pre-order them. Over the past few months, it was nice not having to report on the loss of influential Star Wars creators, but of course, that wasn't to last. The actor and stuntman Paul Grant passed away on March 20th, after collapsing outside of King's Cross train station. Paul has starred in many movies, such as Labyrinth, Harry Potter, and Willow. In Star Wars Return of the Jedi, he played an Ewok, though I was not able to find out which one, sadly. Paul was only 56 when he died, but he is survived by his girlfriend Maria Dwyer, his 2 daughters, and 1 son, as well as his stepchildren and grandchildren. Paul's work is influential and will continue to be viewed by millions, and he will be very missed by his family. Also, March 20th saw the death of writer Michael Reeves at the age of 72, following a lengthy battle with Parkinson's disease. Over the years, he's written many episodes in TV and cartoons, like Batman the Animated Series, Gargoyles, Twilight Zone, Star Trek The Next Generation, My Little Pony, He-Man, The Smurfs, and much more. EU fans know him as one of the most prolific authors of Star Wars books like Death Star, Darth Maul Shadowhunter, the Medstar duology, the Coruscant Knights trilogy, The Last Jedi, and Shadow Games. It's a huge shame because if the EU were to continue, I would like to know more about some of the characters he's written, and I know that Michael Reeves would do them the most justice. He is survived by his ex-wife, Brian Chandler, and their 3 children, including author Mallory Reeves. On April 2nd, the Peter Mayhew Foundation posted that Angie Mayhew, the wife of the late actor most famously known for portraying Chewbacca, passed away of complications from a double heart valve replacement surgery. Though having not explicitly contributed to the universe of Star Wars directly, Angie has been active on social media, posting tributes to Peter Mayhew since his death in 2019. Through the Peter Mayhew Foundation, Angie has helped support this charity, helping give to those in need. And people who know her will remember her for her kindness, love, and generosity. She will be greatly missed. On April 6th, Oscar award-winning art director, production designer, and Lucasfilm legend Norman Reynolds passed away. For Star Wars A New Hope, he helped establish the core design philosophy behind Star Wars architecture and construction. Part of his brilliance was to translate the conceptual design of artists like Ralph McQuarrie and Joe Johnston into fully constructed sets on a soundstage or a remote location. For Raiders of the Lost Ark, he helped establish the Indiana Jones style from the ground up. This even included sculpting the iconic golden idol that Indy attempts to procure during the film's memorable opening. For the Star Wars sequels, Reynolds' notable design work included Yoda's planet of Dagobah, the carbon-freezing chamber in which Han Solo was encased in carbonite, and the Emperor's throne room. The very look and feel of Star Wars and Indiana Jones can be attributed to this man. Reynolds also designed sets for films such as Superman, Empire of the Sun, Alien 3, Return to Oz, and the first of the Mission Impossible franchise. His amazing work will live on forever. He died peacefully with his wife Anne and 3 daughters by his side. In happier news, thanks to all of your contributions, the Twin Suns Foundation has successfully met and exceeded its fundraising goal to donate Star Wars books to the Children's Hospital in Orange County. Because of all the funds, we were successfully able to purchase around 50 books for the next big donation event, which should be taking place next month around May the 4th. Once again, the Twin Suns Foundation will team up with the 501st Legion to have these books donated directly to the kids in full Star Wars cosplay, which I'm sure will make their day. Also, back in March, the Rin Network received 18 books which were dropped off at the Boys and Girls Club of Fullerton in Southern California. The location they dropped them off serves kids up to the 6th grade, but will send the books that were a bit too advanced for their kids to the clubs that primarily work with high schoolers. If you want to help the Twin Suns Foundation, you can spread the word about them and donate to them at any time at their website. You don't have to wait for a donation event. Or you can donate Star Wars books directly to Twin Suns through their Rin Network. If you don't want them anymore, they'll find a good home for them. In book news, the Essential Legends Collection Wave 8 has been leaked. In October 2023, we are going to get reprinted books with new covers in the trade paperback format of I, Jedi, Republic Commando True Colors, The Courtship of Princess Leia, and The Old Republic Fatal Alliance. But unfortunately, the trend of getting new unabridged audiobooks for each wave now seems to be over, and people are pretty disappointed. For some, that was the big draw of these new Essential Collection waves. But the only books they did it with were Shatterpoint and the first 4 X-Wing books. I'm glad that we at least got those, but I see no reason why we can't get more. In other disappointing news, this time regarding the Marvel omnibuses, The Empire Volume 2 has been delayed from July 18th to October 31st. The New Republic Omnibus Volume 2 has also been delayed from September 5th to June 11th of next year. I don't know why, but these omnibuses seem to get delayed very often. On April 5th, France saw the release of Star Wars The Original Marvel Series Volume 2. This book contains 848 pages and focuses on the Star Warriors' adventures between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. On April 16th, France has received the Dawn of the Jedi hardcover collector's edition, which contains the entire run of Dawn of the Jedi. In SWTOR news, the last bastion of new Legends content, Game Update 7.2.1 is now live. This update marks the beginning of Galactic Season 4, A Passage of Peace. In this season, players are joined by Amity, a Force user on a pilgrimage, as they progress through the messengers of the Cold Moon reputation track, and earn new rewards including the brand new Mechshaw Hideout Stronghold. The new PvP season, Piercing the Veil, has also started. Behind the scenes, Dark Forces are pulling strings and twisting the competition into a recruitment tool for an organization of assassins. Are competitors fighting for glory and prizes, or are they fighting for their lives? Following the public test server sessions, the 64-bit game client is deployed to all players. With this migration, players can use more memory and are no longer limited to 4 GB per process. This update also helps the team streamline the process of building compelling content for the coming years. There have been some new additions to the cartel market too, such as the Wasteland Tech's Armor Set, the Mandalorian Nomad Armor Set, the Elite Raiders Gaffy Stick, the Junlan Cycle Rifle, the Junlan Cycle Sniper Rifle, the B3K2 Blaster Pistol, the B3K2 Blaster Rifle, the B3K2 Blaster Sniper Rifle, a commemorative statue of Wengalo, the Security Office's Decoration Bundle, the Neutral Ship Decoration Bundle, and the Imperial Console Decoration Bundle. For Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the Fury-class interceptor piloted by Darth Malgus has been added to the game. The ship will be a powerful addition to your Sith fleet and available as part of the next conquest. In merchandise news, my Mara Jade figure showed up in the mail. If you haven't yet pre-ordered it, it looks like it's being sold all over the internet now, if you were interested. In addition to that, since this year marks the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, there are tons of figures that are now available for pre-order in both the 3.75-inch Vintage Collection and the 6-inch Black Series lines, including the Revenge of the Jedi poster Darth Vader, the Force Spirits, Jabba the Hutt and Salacious Crumb, Reese, Tessic, Velkin Tesseri, Tamdrin Garin, Darth Vader, the Royal Guard, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Nien Nub, and Moff Gideon. Legends Con, the fan-run convention made by and for Expanded Universe fans, is only a few months away now, but the closer we get to it, the more that gets announced. Vendor applications are now open. They're hoping to find vendors selling both new and used Legends books, comics, games, and collectibles, as well as items from the wider universe. They are also seeking artists and craft makers who create Legends works. If either of those apply to you, be sure to apply at the link in the description. And in addition to previous special guest announcements like Randy Stradley, Corina Becco, and Sean Stewart, Barbara Hambly, the author of Children of the Jedi, Planet of Twilight, and other short stories, will be making an appearance at Legends Con this September. Legends Con is shaping up to be really interesting. There's a lot happening with Star Wars EU fan projects. The YouTube channel Star Wars Fan Animations is planning on adapting the Boba Fett comic Wreckage into a fan film. Well, now for a much more ambitious goal, he's planning on turning Shadows of the Empire into an animated fan film, combining the book, comic, game, and official artwork as the foundation. I eagerly look forward to both of his projects. the YouTuber Mandalore is working on a mod for the game Empire at War, based on the Clone Wars multimedia project, disregarding content from Filoni's Clone Wars cartoon and Disney canon, which sets it apart from many other Clone Wars mods for Empire at War. With Mandalore, you can be assured that his mod will be as faithful to the lore as possible. And Star Wars Interviews, the site run by Dennis Pellegrom, was unfortunately taken down. It was a great resource, and there were many influential people interviewed by him over the years. But he re-released all his physical books for sale on Lulu.com. I still hope Dennis brings back the site one day, but at the very least, you can purchase his books directly for your collection. Barnes & Noble and its employees, unsurprisingly, seem to be huge fans of the expanded universe. I gotta imagine it's because even today, those non-canon books are still selling really well. At my own Barnes & Noble, I noticed that the Legends books in the Star Wars section actually outnumbered the Disney canon books by quite a bit. And at another Barnes & Noble, on one of the shelves, the Legends books are displayed loud and proud on one of the end caps, while the Disney canon books are placed beneath them, some of which are even on the floor. And finally, a recommendation in the Star Wars section from a Barnes & Noble employee writes, "Hate the new trilogy? Read these Legends classics." I'm glad that there are still a lot of people on the side of the EU. As for some depressing Disney news, Bob Iger is planning on laying off 7,000 employees to cut costs. Not the signs of a healthy company. I feel bad for the workers losing their jobs, and I know for damn sure that all the top executives will probably give themselves a nice bonus to feel better about the whole thing. On top of that, Star Wars Celebration happened this month. Yay! While I was hoping they would announce some new Legends project, I'm not surprised that we didn't see one. What we got instead, though, Disney canon is flat out taking the names from time periods from the EU, like Dawn of the Jedi, The Old Republic, and New Jedi Order. I don't really care what the new canon does to their story, but I do appreciate it when they come up with their own ideas, rather than plagiarize the EU over and over and over. I don't want to ever hear again that the EU was too confusing. Not when the new canon is coming along to muddy the waters between the continuities. I don't want to hear the EU haters telling me how much it sucked, not when the new canon is basing so much of it on the original EU. Like whatever you like, but I will continue to boycott the continuity where Rey is the one who founded the New Jedi Order, and Luke died as a cautionary tale. The New Jedi Order in my continuity was created by Luke, and my continuity didn't have to rip off of a previous canon for its own story ideas. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below.